What is up, guys? It is Tony here, and today we are taking a look at some photos and how to photo critique from CES 2014. So, while I was at CES, as you guys know, I was doing a lot of video, but one thing that I decided to try to do a little bit is switch from video to photos and go back and forth, which is something that a lot of photographers find to be a little bit difficult at times, which is why the 1DC is such a interesting and exciting camera for a lot of people. The 1DC, if you guys don't know, is a SLR that does 4K video, which means you could just take snapshots from your video. But in the case of switching back and forth on the 5D Mark II, 3, 1DX, or even the lower-end cameras in the Rebel lineup, it is actually pretty difficult. Now, there's a lot of photos here. You might notice that first one isn't exactly the best, so don't get deterred by that. The reason why this photo was so bad and the reason why I included this into the mix is, well, A, it's a really cool car. This is the Audi car they were showing with these new rectangular headlights. It's pretty cool. But basically, when we were at the Audi booth was the first time I took a photo from video mode, and as you guys should know, when you're shooting in video, most of the time you like to use a manual focus prime. This means that I was switching back and forth between autofocus and manual focus, and here I completely missed the focus. Looked at the camera screen, it looked pretty good, didn't zoom in on the photo, and when I got home I was surprised to find I was way out of focus, as you can see by the lack of sharpness. But yeah, so there's really no retrieving this photo. This is a messed up photo, but luckily while I was there, Nick picked up a pretty good photo on the Google Glass. So let's go over to the next photo. Let's actually look at something worth looking at. And speaking of worth looking at, here is a photo of the Skyline GTR engine. So this is a pretty hard photo to make look good. I mean, it's just a big mess of things going on. Basically, the goal you're going to want to have with this is try not to get a distracting background from the image. And as you can see, the windshield kind of does a good job of that up here. There's not too much distracting from it. This light bothers me a little bit. I'll probably jump into Photoshop and get rid of it, just because that's my preference. I'm okay with doing that at times. Personally, I don't like that. But you can see lots of sharpness across the frame. Obviously, I'm using the 40mm STM, which is my video lens that I was using because it's a nice, light, easy to balance on the GlideCam prime lens. But yeah, so you can see, you know, a little bit of fringing because I'm using a piece of consumer glass. But overall, this is a cool image, good focus, right where you want it to be, right on the text over here. You know, it's just a good, quick snap. It's nothing really too impressive. Here is a image of the GT3R Viper, and this is a pretty good image. The focus was pretty good. It was on the flag. That was the intention. I kind of wish I wasn't shooting at 2.8. Yeah, I was at 2.8 because the depth of field is a little bit too much here, but it's still a decent shot. The framing was intentional. I mean, most people would say you want to get more of it in the frame. This image is pretty cool. I just basically focused on the spoiler, and I feel like I missed the focus a bit. This is another situation where I missed the focus. Now, you guys might notice in the past I show photos where the focus is right on, everything's good. The reason why in this situation, once again, the reason why I'm showing these photos, I missed a few focuses, missed a few shots rather, is because I'm quickly taking images, quickly switching back and forth between video and photo mode, and because of that, my settings weren't right. You really need to take your time when you're in this type of situation, a pressured situation where you're at a convention. I wasn't doing that at first, but the images do improve. So here's a photo of Pagani Huayra, which actually is just coated in carbon fiber, which is pretty cool. This photo was pretty sharp, and I decided just to go black and white. I don't know if it looks that great in black and white, but you know, I think it's pretty cool with the colors and the reflections. It's kind of just a weird, what's the word, like abstract type of image. Here's a color version where I basically have a couple guys checking it out, which is pretty cool. I think this is a cool little shot capturing a moment of something going on. It was a very quick shot that I had to take. Here we have the Lexus LFA, which looks pretty good. Sharpness is good. It's just a quick, wider shot of everything going on there. And now we're at the Canon booth, and this is actually a very good example of me, once again, not paying enough attention, and also just having really bad lighting situations. You can see completely blown out on, this is Nick's hand here, checking out the 1DX. very blown out. Not much you can do about that. This is a situation where you really need to make sure that you're not that your colors are all right. Not colors, your exposure is all right, because you can't fix that. You lose a lot of detail. But you can see that the 5D Mark III held up pretty well. There's a lot of range in terms of the lighting there, but there's not much I could do to that to make it look good. Here's another shot. Same thing, same problem. Here's some shots of the internals of, I think this is the 400mm f4. Over here we got the 500mm f2.8, or is that a 400mm f2.8? 400mm f2.8? Okay. So yeah, these are just internals of some lenses. Took some photos of those. It was pretty cool. I think the focus was a little bit, I mean, it was over here. I think it should have been here. So once again, not taking my time. I think this is where the shots start to pick up. Here's just a shot of someone at the Nikon booth taking some photos, and I thought it was just a cool little capture. This is a pretty cool shot. Basically, Pentax had a bunch of cameras on a wall mounted up like that, and I decided just to take out, I had my 70-200 on, which made it very difficult to take this photo, but I kind of put my camera down at the floor and held down the focus and tried to get the shot, and I got it pretty good. I think this is a cool shot. I think it's a very interesting shot. Unfortunately, the focus is not in the best position. It's right here. I think over here would have been cooler. But of course, like I said, I didn't really have the ability to see what I was shooting, so I just went for it, and it came out pretty good actually. This goes back to the Lexus again. Honestly, just quick capture. I really like the exhaust here. So here's a cool shot of someone DJing. This is actually cropped. The original image, which I actually want to go back to. Wait, I think you can see it now. Whoops. So if I go back to this original image, you can see the framing wasn't the best. So this is a situation, of course, where you need to just make sure your framing is right. But even with the crop, which is good that I have a high megapixel camera, it looks pretty good. And this is some guy speaking at the Intel booth. I want to take a few shots of this guy talking, just because I actually have a few jobs coming up where I need to take photos of speakers. So I thought it'd be a good practice. This wasn't the best. His eyes were closed. But this is pretty good framing, pretty good shot. And yeah. So this is a Lamborghini. I think it's an Aventador. This is a pretty cool model. And, the framing was pretty good. I was using the 7200, so it was pretty difficult to even get this framing. I just didn't like that this post here for the glass fence was in the way. And here's just some random dude. Just a random photo. This is just a shot for a thumbnail for a video. I think it's a pretty cool shot. It's a cool little widescreen, ultra widescreen, as LG called it, work display, which I could see myself picking up one of those in the future, actually. Here's another thumbnail shot, just shooting to get some thumbnails. Here's another one for the G Flex. Here's a random shot I took. I think it's a pretty interesting one. Someone taking a photo. And here's Ford Fusion. It's a pretty cool shot. Like the colors on it. Sharpness is pretty good. Good focus. Here's a shot of an Impala. Pretty cool shot. Framing was very nice. And here's another shot of an Impala. So there you go. Those are all the shots from CES. I just wanted to do a quick little critique of those. I was going to take some shots that Nick took and critique them against each other, but we forgot to bring the camera the second day. So it didn't really work out, but these are the shots I took. If you guys enjoyed them, go ahead and leave a comment and tell me which one's your favorite. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.